All right, this gives you an idea of how much water we removed. This is from the building, from extraction. This is a 40-gallon unit here, and goes all the way down to the very bottom. This got filled up all the way to the top. You can see all the foam that's there. Nasty rainwater that was in your carpet. That stuff is just so unhealthy. I mean, it could really get somebody sick. You know, a lawsuit down the road. Thank God that we did this. And also, this here is a 16-gallon. So, you know, roughly right around almost 60 gallons of water, of wastewater that we removed from your building. And one more thing I want to show you. Come over here. One more thing I want to show you is the dehumidifiers are working great. They've already pulled out, you know, roughly right around that much of the trash can. So this is it's roughly right around 15 more gallons of water that we've pulled out from the actual air itself. So in total, we've probably already pulled out of the building roughly around 80 gallons of moisture that was in the building. So yeah, I think we did our job. Absolutely. What we're doing is we're pre-spraying the carpet down with, we've already extracted it once, and now what we're doing is we're putting the anti-mold repellent on the carpet to make absolutely sure that we do not have issues with mold at all. This stuff here works really good. It's more like it's a 4-step system. You got to spray the carpet 4 times. It's the reason why it's so darn expensive. And the chemical works as an enzyme. It's 2 types of enzyme. One is an odor control that we put on there, and the other one's an enzyme that neutralizes the actual mold on the carpet. So these little fans here, they work somewhat, but I've got some big blowers that we're going to leave here overnight and over the weekend, and we'll be back again on Sunday and we'll take them home. So the first extraction, what we do is we come behind it with a very powerful vacuum. This is the very first extraction, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to pick up as much of the water as possible, and then we'll come behind it with a truck mount machine, and we'll definitely actually clean the carpet. What we're doing now is we're picking up all the rainwater that was in the carpet that was left from the actual storm itself. As you can see in Bob Rice's office, the carpet already looks much better. The actual enzyme is already working. It's penetrating the smell. I'm fixing to put some blowers in here, and we're going to hit it again later tonight. We'll come back here twice and hit this carpet. It looks much better. Smells 100% better in here as well. I think he's going to be happy. Hey, I'm really sorry about this right here. We had to take this bookshelf down. I had no other choice. The bookshelf is actually ruined on the bottom of it. I don't know if you're going to have to replace it or what, but I'll let you take that up with him. Alright, so now we got this monster machine. It's got a little over 500 PSI sucking up everything off the carpet. Of course, you know, this is one of the rooms that got really hit very hard. But now what we're doing is we're picking up all the anti-mold that we put on there, and we're going to retreat it again with a little bit stronger mixture in the water. But what we're doing now is we're picking it all up and getting the carpet cleaned up so we can put the fans on it. All this right here, you see, all that right there, that line, unfortunately that's from, that could be from previous times where it got wet. So there's no way I can take that off the carpet. That's just permanently damaged. But what we're doing here is we're treating the carpet in a way where we're not going to have any problems with mold. All right, I think we did everything we're going to be able to do for today. All these 7 rooms got treated. As you can see, they're all drying out right now. I'll be swapping out fans. I only have 3 fans with me. The rest I have at another job site. But that's okay, because, you know, we'll dry them out throughout the duration of 2 days apiece, and we should be okay. I got the dehumidifiers here already installed with their drip. So we should see if, I'm more than sure that they're gonna work like a charm and get all the water, evaporate all the water out of the building. We'll leave them set for about 2 days or so. And if we see that they're not sucking any more water out, that means their job is done here. So anyways, okay, just giving you some feedback of what's going on here. As you can see, we moved all the furniture into out of those rooms over here. You got some, that's mildew, that's not mold, but you got some pretty good little furniture damage there. We'll stage all this Sunday morning. We'll stage all this back on Sunday night. We'll come back in here. All these books. It's going to be pretty impossible to put all these books back exactly the way they were. We're going to do our absolute best to get that done for them, so they don't have too much of a surprise. All these filing cabinets were extremely wet. Let me turn the lights on in here. So I had to flip them over backwards just so they can dry out. There's a bunch of rust underneath them, as you can see from right here, and they were just saturated with water. So I mean, I flipped them over and let them dry it out. Did that on Friday night, give them a good chance to kind of catch up. You know what I'm saying? We're applying right now the odor eater on top of that mold repellent that we had. This is the final treatment, and then we'll come back tonight and we'll start putting back furniture. We're going to leave the fans out here for a couple of days just to really aerate, get a good aeration on the building itself, so it can smell good. And you know, I think your staff's going to be extremely happy with that. Okay, Sunday, it looks like the carpet has dried up really good. Of course, we've put quite a bit of blowers down, so it's no wonder that it's dry. So we'll start putting back everything, Fran. My only concern is I'm praying that I put everything back the way your people like it. As you can tell, you know, we put a lot of stuff up here. We didn't have much time to give your guys a heads up. I'm going to try everything within my power to put everything back exactly the way they had it. If there's any complaints, just let me know, and I'll come back out here. And if they need me to straighten something out for them, I will. But our main focus was to make sure that the carpet was dry, and it is completely dry. Remember, this room is completely wet all the way underneath. You can see where it's whitening. That's the effect of the actual chemical. That'll go away after a few vacuums. But I'm very happy with what the result of the whole process was. These dehumidifiers, we're going to have them out here for a few days along with the fans, just to ensure that all the stench leaves the building. That's what we want to do. As you can tell, you have some pretty severe damage, and also it looks what looks to be like mold. I don't even want to touch that. Well, actually, it is mold. It's absolutely mold. You got some mildew in there, a mixture of mold and mildew on the bottom of that. It's been damaged. If you can get a good eye on that. I'm not sure what you want to do, but I don't want to leave it here in the hallway. Obviously, this piece of furniture goes back in here. If y'all guys want to get rid of it later, I'll be more than glad to come in here and help y'all guys with that. But we're just going to put everything back the same way we found it.